Court hearing postponed for the fugitive Rhode Islander who faked his own death several years ago. Nicholas Alahverdian was supposed to be in a Utah courtroom today in a rape case against him. The court says transport issues forced the delay. The hearing is now scheduled for next month. Now, just yesterday, in another Utah courtroom, in a separate rape case against him, Alahverdian finally dropped the act and admitted he was pretending to be someone else.
That's right. He had claimed a case of mistaken identity since he was arrested in Scotland. That was 3 years ago. The IT's Brian Crandall has been on the story since then, and he has a deeper look at just how we got to this point. Brian?
Yeah, Dan and Emily, a lot going on here over the past few years. And before that, Nicholas Alahverdian befriended politicians at Rhode Island State House more than a decade ago. Little did most people know he had left a trail of allegations around the country. And that was just the tip of the iceberg.
I was born with the name Nicholas Alahverdian.
Dropping the identity charade, finally. But Nicholas Alahverdian still spoke with an accent in court yesterday, and there are still plenty of questions about his story. He came into public view in Rhode Island in 2011. At the State House, he claimed he was abused while in DCYF care, and he pushed for reform. Around the same time, though, he was convicted of a 2008 sexual assault in Ohio. In 2017, authorities now say Alahverdian flew one way to Ireland. They say he knew then the FBI was investigating him for fraud in Ohio. In court yesterday, Alahverdian claimed he moved and then changed his name because he was receiving threats from Rhode Island officials in 2018. He told the prosecutor he was engaged to his now wife at that time.
Is that Miranda?
Yes, it is.
And it's Miranda Knight?
January 2020, Alahverdian called local reporters, including the I-Team's Parker Gavigan, pushing an unsubstantiated story about a politician, claiming he had terminal cancer, and saying he and his family were living in Russia because he felt threatened.
I got contacted by his supposed wife, Louise.
A wife of a different name on Leap Day in 2020, saying Alahverdian died. Gavigan said Louise was persistent and aggressive in trying to get coverage, like Nick had been.
Which made me think they might be the same people.
An obituary for Alahverdian, full of praise, showed up online. In early 2021, though, the Providence Journal reported investigators were questioning whether Alahverdian was actually still alive. Shortly after, Louise was emailing Gavigan again, claiming that story was all wrong, but in his responses, Gavigan questioned who was really sending the emails. Then, the bombshell. Alahverdian was arrested in Scotland late in 2021, wanted in a 2008 rape case in Utah. But he claimed he was someone else, like with me in early 2022 after being released.
I am awful nice.
He sat next to his wife, Miranda, then, claimed he was not Nicholas Alahverdian and had never even been to America. With a wheelchair and oxygen mask, he sparked a wild story, gaining international attention. A judge in Scotland ultimately ruled he was indeed Alahverdian, and he was extradited to Utah earlier this year. Authorities there say new DNA tests confirmed his identity and the link to 2 rape cases, but Alahverdian still kept up the Identity Act until now. And he remains held without bail in Utah as the court cases there play out, so this is far from over. I'm Brian Crandall, NBC 10 News.